Alright, I'm gonna tell you guys a story because TikTok is potentially banned, and I want to tell you guys a story of how I was arrested
Pick your hero.
while playing some Marvel Rivals in the background because we all have shitty attention spans.
No one escapes
Anyway,
hell.
so I'm what, 17? This is a couple years ago now, and I was at a party, underage drinking, as you do, and we party was ending, and I was like, alright, sweet. I don't want to go home. I want to go to my sister's house. I don't want to go home to my parents because I'm drunk. I would rather stay at my sister's, but this is the first time I would be going there. So I don't know where the house is. I just get the address, Uber it there. Whatever. I show up to my sister's house. She lets me in. She shows me entrance to the couch. It's like right there. And there's a couple people there, but they're all kind of winding down, so it's perceived that it's bedtime at this point. I'm like, sweet, no worries. I'm tired anyway. She lets me watch TV. I love sleeping on TV on. Put Game of Thrones on. Good show. This is before it flopped. And then just before we go to sleep, she says, hey, just letting you know, that guy over there, he's on ice. Don't worry about him. He has got a knife. But he's chill. I'm like, sweet, cool. If he's chill, then that's fine with me, I guess. So there we are. I'm watching my Game of Thrones. My sister goes upstairs to sleep. Asks me if I'm alright. I'm like, yeah, I'm all good. No worries, man. And I'm just on my phone, you know, sort of winding down as well. And then randomly the guy comes up to the window at the end of the couch, looks out of it, and says, oh my god, they're here. And I'm like, whoa, who's here? And he's like, they are. And I said, oh, okay. And he says, turn the TV off. And I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of an episode, thank you. And he's like, no, turn it off, they're here. And I was like, no, I'm in the middle of an episode. And he forgets and kind of walks away. And then I, you know, go through the rest of my emotions and watch the episode. And 20 minutes more go by. Like at the end of that episode, I think at 15 minutes left. And then what happens is he goes back to the window and he says, oh my god, they're here. And I say, alright, you know what, I'll turn the TV off. You've whittled me down at this point. I'm sure they're here. So like I turn the TV off and I just like have my phone until a few moments. I can see his silhouette, like there's no light in this room. And then I kind of doze off. I'm like, sweet, cool, that's perfect for me. I did want to sleep. However long goes by, I've been asleep for however long. And there's a knock at the door that wakes me up. And I sit up and the people next to me that were sleeping on the floor, like across the room, don't do anything. And I'm like, well, I'm going to answer the door because there's someone knocking. Hey, that's like the action you take. And I get up to start walking towards the door, and then I think, oh wait, this isn't my house, I probably shouldn't answer the door, I'll go get my sister. I start going upstairs. Bang, bang, bang. The Victorian police open up, and I say, whoa, okay, take 10 notches back. That's the police. I probably should answer the door before my ACAB error. And I go open the door, and there's a strobing light and a gun pointing at me, and they're saying, put your hands up, you know, listen to us, blah blah blah, don't make any sudden moves, yelling at me and whatever. And I'm cold in my underwear and 17 and freaking out, so I put my hands up and I slowly walk to them. I'm like, oh my god, sorry. Like, I don't know what I did. I'm sorry, I'm underage drunk. And I walk over to the cops slowly, and they put me in handcuffs by the side of the house and take me across the road. Okay, sweet. Like, police are good people. Lies. But, you know, I trust them at this stage. And then we go across the road and they start asking me questions. And I go, why are you here? I went to my sister's house and I want to sleep. And then they ask, how many people are in the house? And I say, well, I know there's at least 2, but there could be 20, I'm not sure. And they say, this isn't a joke. And I say, well, I genuinely don't know, I just showed up and went to bed. And they're like, well, who does that? And I say, me. Because I was at a party, this is my sister's house, this is my first time here. So I get the suspicion. You're allowed to be suspicious, something like that. And then, while they're asking me all these questions, I'm sort of freaking out, but like giggling because I'm hysterical. Not hysterical, but like I'm not fully cognizant of what's happening. I'm mostly stressed. I don't know what to call that. If anyone wants to look at me, you can. But like I'm stressed. And then they decide to, they talk amongst themselves and they're like, okay, we're gonna go inside. And I was sweet, cool. So, but I thought that meant with me, didn't mean with me. They actually meant they're gonna go inside by themselves and sort of deal with the problem. Whatever the problem was, I'm not sure. So I'm there like, okay, my sister's about to die. Like, they're gonna shoot her, they're gonna go in there and just like kill this bitch and I'm gonna, you know, be so much worse off. While we're outside, I look up, oh my god, helicopter, what the fuck, okay, this must be something crazy. I still don't know what's going on, but something's happening. I looked at the guy that's outside with me waiting for like the all clear to go inside, and he's like, yeah, there's a helicopter, and I said, I pointed at it, and I'm like, what's the green light on it? And he says, that's the night vision. I was like, sick, didn't know that. Fun fact for everyone, you can see night vision at night, it's green on a helicopter. At least this was years ago, I don't know if things have changed. But after a few minutes, I genuinely can't remember in my recollection how much longer has passed, but they're like, he radios, we go inside. After going inside, we're all kind of like lined up against a wall, or like different walls, talking to each other, but like whispers and like, because the police are kind of asking everyone separately questions. And then I'm standing there and I have my handcuffs behind my back still, and I show my sister, I'm like, hey, like, oh my god, look, I'm in handcuffs. And then this lady cop comes up to me and she's like, you look like a fucking idiot, it's not funny, you're in the handcuffs, like, this is serious. And I was like, arrest me, like, I didn't say that, but I was like, oh my god, alright, like, take 10 notches back. I was shocked. And she's like, what's your name? My name's Josh. And then she's like, okay, can I see your phone? I'm like, yeah, it's like in my pocket. And I'm like, grab it. And then she goes through it. She's like, what's the passcode? And I tell her the passcode. She goes in it. It's for any more rats. Also, I'm not gonna lie. To me, I don't know what's happening. It's not that deep. So just go through my phone. I'm not guilty of anything. I literally don't know what's happening. And she goes through, she does whatever she does, and she gives it back to me, or like puts it down on the table, and then she like is looking at the couch, and then she finds something behind the like cushion, and she's like, why is there a knife behind the couch? And so we all, like, the people who were near decide to lean over, and she's like, this isn't show and tell. And I was like, alright, damn bitch, take 10 steps back. Like, I don't know what the energy is here, but you shouldn't like say that there's something there and expect people not to look. So she says that, and we all kind of take a step back, and then while they're walking around talking, that guy that's on us is not giving them his name. He's giving him 3 different names so far in this whole like iteration of me walking inside. So they do what they do best, and they take him away. They take him to the station, and they leave us there. I get my handcuffs taken off, and they leave. Cool. Good thing that's where the story ends. We all go back to sleep. We actually fully don't talk about it. I don't know why we didn't. I think it was like, that was crazy, let's go to sleep. Is more what I was, I guess, thinking. And we'll talk about it in the morning. You know, I go back to sleep, I doze off really quickly. Not sure why. Because like, now to this day I still can't sleep anyway. So I don't know what I was on that day. Jesus Christ. But, you know, cool. However long passes. Uh-oh, another knock at the door. I go to answer it because I'm like, you know what, I'm sick of this shit, I'm tired, I want to sleep. Like, can I just get a good night's rest at this point? So I go open, answer the door. So I decide I'm gonna go answer the door. I just walk up, open the door, and it's, you would know who it is. Meth guy, he's back. And he's like, hey, let me in, I need to grab some stuff. And I was like, who am I to say no to someone asking for help at the door? So I let him in. He goes inside, he said, don't leave it, don't like close it yet, I'll be back. And I was like, sweet, no worries, I'll just wait here. And he walks inside, grabs his stuff, walks back out. And then he said, I'm gonna come back in a second, like wait for me. And I was like, sweet, no worries. So I'm sitting by the door, holding it open for this random guy that I've never met, and he's honest. And he's been released from the cop station, because what? And he comes back in, and lays down and goes to sleep, or like proceeds actually to fall asleep, and I'm like, I don't have the energy or the care for the situation. I'm gonna go to sleep and leave the first thing I can in the morning. So what ends up happening is, good on me, go straight back to sleep with like a normal person would after that whole interaction. And I wake up in the morning and I text my brother. I say, hey, please pick me up. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. And I go home. And you know what? That's the end of the story. We woke up, I didn't talk to my sister about it, and as far as I'm concerned, we didn't really talk about it after that day at all either. Not really much of anything was ever spoken about for the story. There is some other information I can like sort of provide on it, but for the most part, like, that's literally all I can tell you. I thought we won, not bad. I'm pressing the wrong keys, guys. I think, looking back, a lot of it was just like confusion. But yeah, that's the story of how I was put in handcuffs. Thank you.